Okay, so here's another kind of problem that's similar to the domino covering problem. So here we've got these 7 different tiles, each one with 4 squares, and so altogether that's 28. And in the middle of this board here we've got this blue rectangle. It's a 7 by 4 rectangle, and the question is whether we can cover that rectangle with these tiles. So let's try. We start placing some tiles like this. Okay, so this didn't quite work. We haven't exactly covered the 7 squares in the middle, so we can try maybe something different. We just turn these around a bit. Okay, this seems to be a bit worse. We'll change some things around a bit more. So we turn this one horizontal and put it in here. Move this out here. Move this over here, perhaps. Slots in there quite nicely. But we just still seem to be not quite getting there, right? We haven't managed to cover these this 4 by 7 rectangle with these particular tiles, and so we could try a bit harder, but it turns out that we seem to have quite a bit of trouble with this. So the question is whether we can we can find some sort of big picture argument to show why this isn't really working. And so this basic idea is the same as with the dominoes. We're going to color these squares. Rather than doing grey and white like the chessboard, we're going to sort of put some red dots in, but it's essentially the same thing. So we put these red dots in kind of a chessboard pattern. And then we look at how these tiles work. Okay, so for most of these tiles, we've got, as we arrange these over here, we can see that each of these tiles, it covers 2 white squares and 2 red squares. And it doesn't matter how exactly you place it. This one that we're moving here, we can place it in various different ways. We can turn it around, but whatever we do, it's always going to cover 1 white and 1 red. And one way to explain that is you can think of this as being consisting of 2 dominoes stuck together, and each domino covers 1 white and 1 red, and so altogether we get 2 whites and 2 reds. Yeah, and the same for all these other 6 tiles that we've drawn over here. Each of these can be thought of as 2 dominoes stuck together, and so they'll cover 2 white squares and 2 red squares. But this this tile over here is different. So here we see it covering 3 red squares and 1 white, or we can do it the other way around. We can do 3 whites and 1 red, but never the same number of white and red. So these 6 over here, these always cover the same number of white and red. And this one never does. So if we consider all 7 tiles together, they're never actually going to cover the same number of white and red. These 6 over here cover 12 white and 12 red, and then so either we're going to get 13 white and 15 red, or we're going to get 15 white and 13 red. Okay, so we never get the same number. But if we look though inside this this 4 by 7 rectangle in the middle, this has got exactly 14 white and 14 red. So this analysis shows that we can never cover this rectangle using these 7 tiles.